from near Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So anyway, I just posted something regarding my breakfast, type 1. So I'm a type 1 diabetic. So those who don't know me, I'm type 1 diabetic and just a baby diabetic. I've just been diagnosed just over 2 years ago. Okay, so yeah, it's been quite a journey. And I don't know really what I'm going to say today, but organs meet. If you like, I've been experimenting lately with just having a bit more liver every day. Because you're a diabetic, there's a good chance that you might be peeing more than of course than people who don't have diabetics. So if you do, and your blood sugars, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you're, for me anyway, I don't know about you, whether I'm low or high, I still pee more than the average person. Okay, so which means that logically, if you're peeing out all of your nutrition or some of it, it means that you're going to have to replenish it. It's just logical sense. I'm not a doctor, but for everybody, it's important to eat a rounded meal. Like, for those of you that know me, I'm a carnivore. Sometimes I go ketovore, sometimes keto, but I'm mostly carnivore, right? Because why? Because I'm realizing that it's best for my body. I'm not telling you what to do, nor I'm not going to tell you what to eat or what to do. But really, in my opinion, carnivore diet would benefit anybody, even if you just tried it for a while. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do for very long. But what would happen if you tried the ultimate elimination diet? We are being bombarded with autoimmune issues, and how many people do you know aren't sick and who are not recovering or journeying through some kind of dis-ease in their body? Okay, I believe that everybody has the ultimate capacity to move the needle even just a little bit, okay, of your health. I'm not saying that anything is going to cure you. Hello, Coach Edens. How you doing? I'm not saying you got to check out Coach Juliet Edens. She's really funny. I really enjoy watching her shows. But so as a type 1 diabetic, okay, I was saying, let's back it up here. Everybody will benefit from some, in my opinion. It'll move the needle just a little bit. I'm not going to say this kind of diet is going to the elimination diet, okay? Lifestyle. I don't like the word diet. You can say diet in an accident, in an accent. But anyway, a diet, okay? Like, fuck diets, okay? But it's a lifestyle. Whatever lifestyle you choose is going to be the one that is great for you. You might decide to eat vegetables. I choose not to, for the most part. Sometimes my mom makes me a salad. Fuck, I'll eat the salad. I'm not gonna, like I was saying to somebody the other day, if I have a piece of something, okay, you might not like, you're like, oh, you're not carnivore enough. I really don't care, okay? I'm on a journey, and we all are. We're all going to do something maybe out of the ordinary sometimes. That's okay with me, okay? I would rather you do what you need to do in that moment to move you through maybe some anxiety, whatever it is you need to do. I prefer that you go for a walk, go for a walk, call a friend, say, hey, how you doing? I'm kind of having a weak moment. Do you want to pull me through this? Or what can we do? I just need to talk, right? Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. That's all, right? And focus on your breath, right? I'm a big believer in moving, transforming. Like, what happens when you transform your energy? Where are you that it's so cold? I'm near Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's a little town. It's actually considered a city. It's Spruce Grove, Alberta. Spruce Grove. So it's just west of Edmonton, Alberta. Edmonton is the capital city. We're the oil country. So quite, yeah, we've got lots of oil. But anyway, look at all the trees. They're just turning. So when you're designing your program to eat and to live your living lifestyle, choose what feels good to you, right? Over time, you're going to figure out, well, When I eat that, I have a tummy ache. When I eat this, I shit my pants, right? I shit my pants like all the time. And like, maybe I should stop fucking eating this because I'm shitting my pants. And some of you might laugh. Some of you might think that's really weird that I just said that. But the thing is, it's true, right? When you eat certain things or you don't eat in certain things, certain things are going to happen in your body, right? We got to be real with that, right? And often when we're, oh, got it, beautiful there. It is beautiful. Thank you, Coach Juliet Edens. You got to check her out. She's my classmate in the Kilts coaching program, and she's also part of the PhD program. So she's very knowledgeable, and from what I've seen of her, she's lovely. Got some company coming up here, chitty chatting. But anyway, neighbors chatting. Yay. Anyway, I gotta watch what I'm doing because I gotta get to. I have a client at 9, so I gotta turn around. But so when you're designing your lifestyle, you're designing the way you eat. I'm not here to tell you what to eat because it's none of my business what you eat. I'm just going to tell you, as we go along, what I eat. Because what I eat and what you eat are going to be two totally different things. And you may not need the things that I do at a certain time of health that you're in. Okay? So I'm not here to judge you. But I do, okay, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was a vegetarian, farm girl. Okay, I was a farm girl. So my parents were absolutely fucking mortified for me to decide, no, I'm not going to eat meat anymore. What? My dad actually thought it was really crazy. He's like, I'm going to the gym. He's like, fuck, he's like, throw a hay bale around. Like, cause I grew up on a farm. He's like, just, pick up a hay bale, right? He couldn't understand this idea that people actually went to the gym. Bless his heart. He passed away a couple years ago. But so when you're designing your lifestyle, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe anybody if you don't want to, right? The best thing is to, find a way, in my opinion, to find a way that is that meets your needs. Find a way that meets your curiosity, right? And find a way that you can design that meets your needs. Like I said, I was a vegetarian for 16 years. It destroyed my hormones. It fucking destroyed me. Sorry, not sorry, I just said the F word again. But it fucking destroyed my body. I became infertile, which means I can't have babies, in my opinion, because of the stress load that the vegetarian diet put on my body. And low fat, okay? Low fat. Of course, I was very skinny. And, it was very easy for me to lose weight. I could gain weight just by looking at food, or I could just lose weight when I put my mind to it, right? Very easily. Now that I'm diabetic, it's so funny because I see all these other type 1 diabetics and they're very thin. Not all, but a lot of them are very thin. And me, I'm used to being quite thin. And now I'm carrying a bit more weight. So thank you for, as I share this and being vulnerable, because it was a real thing for me to not be fat, right? And then to the point where it was an eating disorder, right? So the eating disorder began when I was in junior high. Somebody called me fat. I got teased for being fat, and all of a sudden, oh my God, I didn't even notice I was fat, right? Until one of my classmates called me fat, and then I'm like, oh, that's done. I didn't even know I was fat until you told me. And right, so this is such a great, as Dr. Boss says, a great teaching moment, right? When we can define the time in our life when somebody said something, or somebody said something and all of a sudden your behavior changed, or they did something. In order for us to change our behavior, any kind of behavior, like I'm an addict to something or whatever, right? I do this all the time. And when did this happen? What would it take for you to actually go back to that and say, when was the first time this happened? When was the first time that I displayed that? Okay, so now you can dissect it and say, okay, I started eating 10 chocolate bars after work, after this really shitty thing happened, or maybe it was, but maybe it wasn't so shitty to somebody else, but it was really shitty to you. But in order for us to identify, so we can we can change that behavior when it's when we meet or come up with this kind of urge to do something. We in order for us to nip it in the bud, we've got to recognize what the behavior it is, right? My teacher, Ivan Koss, he trained me in transcendental rebirthing. He's from Croatia. He's a fabulous man. Vegetarian. And he's made it, public knowledge to us. So I'll share it with you. He has Parkinson's now. So I wonder, anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. I wonder what happens when you are able to recognize what happened when you developed that behavior that you're trying to change. Oh yeah, I had a fight with my husband, and then I went and bought like 10 tubs of ice cream. And what was that? Okay, so we can even dissect it even further. What was it about? Oh, okay, and then how many times is that repeating? Stuff like that, right? So just something to think about when you're changing your behavior for what you feel is the better, right? Don't worry about what anybody says, because what they say is none of your business, okay? Your business is your business, okay? Doesn't matter what anybody else says or thinks. Anyway, that's all for now. I've got a client to get to, and I'm encouraging you to walk the walk and just do the thing, right? And don't worry, don't get caught up. Is this right or is this wrong? Who gives a shit? Okay? Yes, when you're walking with integrity and with a good heart and doing everything that you think is, with love and kindness and for the greater good of yourself and perhaps for humanity, hopefully it's for humanity, that you're going to make the right choice at the right time. And we're all going to make mistakes. But really, what is a mistake? It's such, I don't know, I think it's a really interesting word. Because have you ever found that when you made a mistake, did you learn something? Right? Did you do that again? Or how many times did you do that again, right? Sometimes do you think we need to make the same mistake over and over again? And then we're like, oh, that doesn't fucking work, right? It doesn't work. And then I think it's like, for me, in order for me to make a huge change, it's, you have to go through, it takes a lot of pain. Pain makes me change, right? Oh shit, I did that over and over again and I really hurt myself. I think I better stop doing that, right? So I used to smoke pot, like religiously every day. And I believe, just to cover up, things that I just didn't want to think about, right? So it took me years to figure that out and actually change that behavior, right? So anyway, when you decide to transform, it's going to happen. And don't worry about the mistakes. Like, what's that painter? He's so funny. He's got like the poofy hair and he's always painting. He's like, oh, I'll just make that a bird, right? Like if he's painting or something, he'll like paint something and he'd be like, oh, that's just a bird. It's not a mistake. It's a bird, right? Anyway, have a great day. And I hope you have, if you don't have a supportive community around here, you got one here. Ciao for now. Love you lots. And thank you, Coach Juliet. You got to check out her show. She's a really darling soul. She makes me laugh. Okay, ciao for now. And if you like this, share it. And while I try to figure this, how do I do this again? Okay.